Trump fans are attacking the wrong restaurant over Sanders' snub and their response is gold. The patented Republican victim engine is pumping at full steam in the wake of the news that professional liar White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders was politely asked to leave the Red Hen restaurant in Lexington, Virginia because the employees felt uncomfortable serving her on moral grounds. Pundits and GOP opportunists have pounced on the issue to decry the lack of civility, as if the woman who lies on behalf of a sociopathic crypto-fascist and helps him shield his policy of child concentration camps deserves to be treated politely. The Trump administration is gleefully engaged in some of the cruelest policies imaginable, but for some reason we're expected to be nice to them. If the establishment of literal prisons for migrant babies isn't the line where we can start being at least a little rude to these creeps, where is it? Would a few more concentration camps tilt the balance? Do we have to wait until they're actually murdering people en masse before we can call them out for their heinous actions? These issues transcend the traditional liberal versus conservative discourse. This is not a normal Republican administration. This is something distinctly evil to its core, and engaging it in a civil manner only creates a smokescreen behind which Trump and his cronies can execute even more horrific operations. Sarah Huckabee Sanders and the rest of vampires who populate the shadowy halls of this White House deserve to be shamed every time they step outside. No one is forcing them to enact their hateful, regressive agenda, but we should at the very least ostracize them for it. The digital troglodytes who populate the fetid swamp that is mega Twitter have, not surprisingly, seized upon the Red Hen's decision to eject Huckabee Sanders from their establishment as an unspeakable crime against humanity. Now, the people who voted for an avowed racist and sexual predator want to lecture the rest of the country on the proper way to behave. Even less surprisingly, given their collective ignorance, Trump's fans have focused on the wrong Red Hen, harassing an unaffiliated restaurant that happens to have the same name. Huckabee Sanders tried to dine at a restaurant in Virginia, and Republican trolls are targeting a restaurant in D.C. The unrelated establishment has been fighting back on Twitter, humiliating the frothing Trumpian hordes in the process. Both Red Hens should be commended. The Virginia restaurant had the courage to kick out a craven enabler of mass child abuse, and the D.C. restaurant is showing it's not afraid to stand up to the single-digit IQ zealots who clamber to defend Trump and his lapdogs at every turn.